A powerful snow event has brought severe winter conditions to Oswego County, burying large portions of the region under extraordinary snowfall and paralyzing daily life across the county. For 4 consecutive days, intense snow bands streamed inland from Lake Ontario, delivering relentless accumulation and creating hazardous conditions rarely seen even in this snow-prone region. Meteorologists say the event was driven by a surge of Arctic air crossing the relatively warm waters of Lake Ontario, a setup that produced nearly stationary lake-effect snow bands. These bands repeatedly targeted the same areas, allowing snow to accumulate rapidly and continuously with little relief.
Feet on the level. Amazing.
Both getting to the point where
look at this.
you like fall into it.
Yeah.
So she's like
By January, in the hardest hit parts of Oswego County had reached extreme levels. Verified field observations, official responses, and widespread video footage show uniform ground snow commonly exceeding 5 to 6 feet, with localized accumulations and drifts approaching 8 feet, or roughly 2 meters, particularly in open areas, along roadways, and where wind redistribution compounded snowfall. While snowfall varied sharply by location, a hallmark of lake effect events, northern and rural sections of the county experienced the most severe conditions. In these areas, repeated snowbursts reduced visibility to near zero, with snowfall rates at times measured in inches per hour. Roads became impassable, and snowbanks rose higher than vehicles, doorways, and ground floor windows. Local and county officials responded by issuing travel advisories, winter parking restrictions, and emergency notices, urging residents to remain off the roads unless absolutely necessary. Snow removal operations continued around the clock, but progress was slowed by the sheer volume of snowfall and the ongoing nature of the storm. In many locations, plows were forced to clear the same roads multiple times each day, as snow quickly refilled cleared paths. The impact on infrastructure was significant. Emergency services reported an increase in calls related to stranded motorists, blocked access routes, and weather-related hazards. Concerns grew over structural snow load, as prolonged accumulation placed heavy stress on roofs, outbuildings, and agricultural structures. Officials warned residents to monitor buildings closely and to remove snow where it could be done safely. Throughout the county, daily life was severely disrupted. Schools adjusted schedules or closed as conditions worsened. Businesses faced delays or temporary shutdowns. Residents spent hours digging out homes and vehicles, often only to face additional accumulation overnight. In many neighborhoods, movement was reduced to narrow corridors carved through towering walls of snow. Despite the severity of the storm, authorities emphasized that conditions remain dynamic. Lake-effect snow is highly localized, meaning some communities experienced extreme accumulation while others, only miles away, saw far less. Still, Officials describe this event as one of the most intense lake-effect snow episodes of the current winter, both in duration and total accumulation. Meteorologists noted that Oswego County's location directly downwind of Lake Ontario makes it particularly vulnerable to these events. When cold air aligns with steady wind flow, snow bands can lock in place for days, producing snowfall totals that rival those of major blizzards, even in the absence of a large, organized storm system. As of January 7th, cleanup operations were ongoing, with crews continuing to widen roadways, remove snowbanks, and restore access to affected areas. Residents were urged to remain cautious, conserve energy, and prepare for additional winter weather as the broader pattern across the Great Lakes region remained favorable for continued snow development. Authorities stressed that while lake-effect snow is a familiar feature of winter in Oswego County, events producing snow depths approaching 6 to 8 feet demand heightened awareness and caution. The combination of prolonged accumulation, limited visibility, and heavy snow load created conditions that tested both infrastructure and endurance across the region. As powerful snow systems and persistent cold air continue to produce hazardous conditions across multiple regions, from lake-effect snow in upstate areas to widespread accumulation in interior valleys and elevated terrain, the state has experienced significant snowfall that has disrupted travel, strained infrastructure, and challenged emergency response efforts. Officials say the ongoing pattern reflects an active and volatile winter season. Upstate and central New York have been among the hardest hit, where repeated snow events have delivered feet of accumulation in short periods of time. Lake-effect bands fueled by the Great Lakes have produced intense localized snowfall, reducing visibility to near zero and rapidly covering roadways. In several areas, snow removal crews have worked continuously as fresh snowfall repeatedly erased progress, forcing officials to issue travel advisories and winter restrictions.